Game-Geki. Silent Ascension.
Hello and welcome to Game-Geki, the show that is the show of shows. Whoa. I'm DDK. I'm drowsy because it's 2 in the morning. Let's bring up the audio. Let's bring in the pre-show here as we're getting ready for action.
So they're letting you know. Now,
They just put out some new settings here, so I'm going to try turning this endure icons off, see if it helps smooth things out in the endurance. Not been the smoothest.
Currently, it's looking like Redemption's going to take it, but it's not too far if Damnation people want to take it down.
People are running with this lordy lord. People are totally on with that amazingness.
And you feel the same way, audience. We love being with you as well. But in the meantime, show's going to start soon. So
I mean, lordy lord is so amazing. We made a whole meme about it.
But we will see you just after the show and the endurance scenes.
Lordy Lord.
You know, it's going to show up a lot in these things. But those are the breaks with the amazing microphone, hot mic shenanigans. Game-Geki, of course, enjoying its own fair share of hot mic. Back in the first live stream we did. Well, they thanked us for tuning into the pre-show. And they're going to see us again after the story block and the endurance block. But I guess that's all lobbed into one block. Looks like Noah isn't as staticky tonight. Noah has been drawn into the world of Silent Hill, no doubt. No doubt. Lordy Lord. It's starting. We bring that up. Here we go. A bit more room for my mouse hand. I'll join your cold destined.
I answered all of your questions.
you.
I don't know what else I can do to get you to trust me.
You still didn't tell me everything. Faith told us about the lady in the woods.
Who?
The woman Faith was with while she was missing.
I have no idea who you're talking about. I swear, and I can prove it.
I can prove it.
I'll take you to where I
That
found
resting
Faith.
bitch face of his.
How do I know I can trust you?
You can't. So just open the door, and we can find out how Faith survived out there, or who this lady in the woods is.
That's above his pay
I
grade.
need to think.
Eric, wait.
I'll be back.
Eric!
I've been pulling in here. Let me out! At least give me a bucket.
Is this
You
true?
better not be going in there. Jonas overdosed last
This
night.
has to be a safe
Told me
space.
you followed him after the meeting.
You should
Told him
find
to start
another.
using again.
I'm sorry.
Brit needs to get herself in order.
Just go.
You know what? I get it. If you don't want me here, then I respect that.
Good. Leave.
Leave. Community chose this respect path. Terrible. The community don't know anything.
No one deserves to suffer. We have another meeting later tonight. Just come back then, and I'll make sure you get the support you need.
Thank you.
Sobriety is hard enough as it is. No sense making it harder.
That was very kind of him. What happens if the next group are also besmirched by her
Are
shenanigans?
you here? Figures.
The creepy,
I look like shit.
whatever the hell this place is supposed to be.
What the hell?
Did you just say the key catchphrase of Silent Hill?
What the hell?
Someone there?
Oh my god. She's gonna get attacked by her own reflection. Runs in the family, in a mad smiling. Don't worry about it, it's in the genes.
I thought having him back would all be okay.
Orson's been through so much, Astrid. You can't expect him to come out of this unchanged.
But this... He's not acting like my little boy anymore.
He's a grown man
It's
now.
not
He's
just
seen
him.
shit.
Everyone is acting so strangely, running around spouting nonsense.
Does the lady in the woods mean anything to you?
Nothing comes to mind. Why?
It's something Orson said. I think he's trying to tell me who took him.
Astrid, I want you to be careful. I don't want you to end up like your father.
What do you mean?
He lost your mother, and then Orson went missing. Mette. It was too much. It broke him. I don't want that happening to
He
you
was a
two.
broken man.
I'm afraid it's already happening.
I just want you safe.
Thank you, Leo. Really. Britt and I don't deserve you. Shit! I almost forgot about the visit from Orson's social worker. If she sees Orson like this, she might take him away. His doctor thinks sedatives could help, but I don't know.
You want my opinion?
Sure.
If it were me, I'd be asking myself which is more important. Keeping him safe or him getting better?
What is he, a politician? He's trying to push the agenda in one of these answers. Let the public decide. We're the reliable source of information. Featured characters in the story. Astrid. I guess she featured in the story, as did everyone else. Eric's fortunes are really rotted and gone downhill ever since he laid it all bare with Rachel and the whole not wanting a child shenanigans. He's no longer our guy. Whoa! What's wrong with the texture on his back? What the hell? Did that texture pop on in? Oh, what's that just for me? God, I'm not ready to click. Oh, Jesus. I wasn't ready. I told you. Told you! Oh, we missed that one. You see that? See how I missed it? Hold your breath. Monsters, they only come once. Like, by the time I've even cottoned on that there's clicking to be done, it's already like quarter of the way through because I'm just not reactive enough. Too tired. I'm hoping that somehow turning the avatar heads thing off might just smooth out the performance of these buttons a bit. I'm seeing now that is not the case, but you know. He's got a shotgun. What can I say? He's entering the Otherworld Hospital. We can tell it's the hospital because of those chairs. That's the only thing I can really recognize anything from this twisted aberration of reality. Oh man, I'm just like, oh. My responsiveness is pretty much zero. I'm barely present. Oh, what I did wrong with that one. Pow. Oh, I can't. Just can't. This is my worst. Oh, I've got a shotgun this, have I? Oh. Whoa, perfect! Can't blame the buttons too much tonight. Oh. Oh, God. Eric can't survive if he goes straight up against the monster there. Okay. Oh. Perfect. Almost. The amount of no cigar I get. And I almost got it back into the blue, but almost doesn't really cut it in the world of Silent Hill Ascension. Son of a gun. They were discussing strategy for that, like to slide to the left or something, but it's all too quick. Can't calculate strategy like that. I was buggered, dunned. He seems pretty failed. Oh yeah, the spacebar for the tap thing. That was it. I forgot all about that. Hot dang. I'll forget all about it again in time for Friday, no doubt. Yeah. What the spacebar? Strat. Come on, community. My response time. Time was real bad today. It's like I see it pop on screen, and I'm aware it's on screen, but then I just react so slowly. See that 8 over there? I better click the 8. Whoa! I'll click over here instead. Whoa, I better correct myself. Oh, I clicked over here. Whoa. I clicked everywhere except the 8.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back.
Shoot.
We're in the Silent Hill Ascension post show. I'm Eduardo, joined me here by Noah. And Noah, we got to see. I mean, we're gonna dive into Smiling Brit in a bit.
You don't need to pass to get full points.
You know, you got to eat your vegetables before you eat your dessert. So whichever one you want to start with, right? Whoever was like, you know, Lejo and Astrid, kind of at that ice bar, or if you wanted to look at more like how Eric and Nora interacted.
Well, Astrid just went to Kvetch with her father's best friend to rescue him from a bear once. That's a friend you can trust.
I should have more.
And she just came to vent a little bit.
Establishments.
You know,
Before the week is done.
And she's just really worried that Aurora's gonna take Orson away now that he's back. And she's not sure if she's gonna sedate him like the doctors say, or like what the hell to do. So that's a tricky one. I feel so bad for Astrid. I feel like Orson needs like a special ed class and he would be fine.
Spooky smiling.
It wouldn't be the first Johansson that got sedated. Given what we know about the start of the show.
That's
hopefully true. Different sedative.
Yeah,
You know,
Everyone be depressed,
Johanssons do
listen,
like
sound.
their
Oh, yeah.
narcotics, and you know, it really runs in the family there.
yeah. Eric needs a little bit more stimulation from what I could see. That's a different take. But you
Oh
know,
my
he's
God.
like, yeah.
I need a
anyways.
cameo too, a person's saying. I suppose that is technically true.
Too urgent to talk about. So our production team is going to just have that video that premiered today. It's not very long. We just get to see Britt's lovely eyes once again, where she tries to resolve the confrontation.
They are dulcet pearls, aren't they, those eyes?
Has a strange encounter with her own reflection, but yeah, I like this as well. Cameo here, by the way, is hidden by her faces, so that was really Pinata. By the way, I saw in chat they loved not really Pinata, but the person with her who kind of came after Britt. Britt was like, okay, fine.
Let's review the questions then, shall we?
And he, like, somebody called him a
How
gig in
will
chat.
Astrid
He,
manage
comes
yours
up, he's like,
when Aurora visits? So this one's still ticking over.
yo, we got another support
Eric
session later.
handled
Just come
Nora's
back.
demand to be set
all good.
free.
Right.
Just Nora and let her out. Let her out, but trail her. Tell her you can't help. There's no helping.
Well,
That's going
sometimes, you
damnation
know,
on
it's
that
just
one.
not a right fit. You gotta keep trying. You know, you can't let just one group of people set you back. Who are they? Who are they? They're not the god, but you know, you
I
can
bought
really see the
100
family
tickets.
resemblance.
So that is exquisite.
Smiling
Getting
Brit
in on the
takes
cameo
after her
game.
father, and also similarly to her father, there's a crime that she's not sure how it happened, was committed. You know, like smiling father, like smiling daughter.
Yeah, so, I mean, it runs in the family, so to speak, right?
Uh,
but I'm sure you and the audience had a field day with, like I remember
I could
watching the
afford
scene. This is one of the few
216 tickets
for
at the
like
moment.
preparation reasons.
But I don't think tonight's my
didn't know
night.
what was gonna happen, so
Not
I
yet.
told myself- I just
Bide
I
in my
was like,
time.
We're gonna be fine tonight.
Can
Talking
frighten
about
men.
that because Smiling Brit is here, and that's like always a gift, right? You know, when you ask somebody to smile and they just do, it's just such a gift there.
It's the, you know, I've been told that my
We
smile
love
can
smiles.
frighten men.
Oh,
I've
I
been
mean,
told this before. I don't
we
know.
got competition from Brit, Noah. I gotta tell you.
I do got competition, but Harry Mason here says hashtag smiling Noah. We'll see. Will smiling Brit triumph? I hope so because we want her to stay sober. And so we chose. Y'all chose the redemption option, right? This is what one she just left. She was like,
Plus, we
just
chose the
left
redemption
free,
option. It's
and
our
then
MO.
left
Unless
the
there's
room, and she's gonna come back
enough
like,
going on
because the guy was
that
like,
people are interested in not
maybe
doing so.
something
But that never
is
happens.
fishy here. Like you don't deserve this. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. It was so mean. She's can. Poor Brit. Poor Brit. She's just
Done
trying
my,
to stay sober.
Daily
Yeah,
goals.
she's just trying to get help, and she
Gotta
can't
get that
it.
laundry
but
done.
Again, as many of you know in the audience, that's as they say, developing storyline. We're gonna get more info on that because we started getting to this point where Britt's character is starting to be defined. Right, she replaced Carl. And again, Carl was redeemed, but as a result, we haven't had as much time
A
with Brit
smile
as her
will
own character, kind of
get
just more
you
parallel with
through
Astrid.
many doors.
But Noah, if you could talk about kind of fate and hope, because as we dive in, Brit as a
Smash the
character is starting to get
doors, Brit.
defined, but that has ramifications.
Right. So, as y'all know, the decisions and the endurances and the puzzles, all of them contribute to whether or not a character will face redemption, suffering, or damnation in the Silent Hill Ascension final. So, their fate is decided
final.
across the length of the season, and you want to keep their hopes high enough if you want them to survive a crucial story moment. And we have seen this in the past with Carl. He died. Being redeemed, Toby being damned, was he suffering or damned?
Mop up my catch-up points here.
Different kind of redemption. We just died.
He died. Okay, but it wasn't going well for him anyway while he was alive. So okay, sometimes
the hope was down. No, I mean, to be fair, he saw his dead sister constantly, and I was getting
he was
no
half
help
dead
from anyone.
already. Yeah, he was half dead already for sure.
Yeah. I mean, he did what he could, right? Like a little bit of this martyr side for.
I'll
for
sacrifice
Toby.
either
As
other
a result,
character
right,
if it
Brit is
leads
getting
to a
defined.
Toby
We have Carl
resurrection.
kind of getting redeemed. Brit's still being defined, but it seems our audience is very strongly on the it's starting to like balance a bit between damnation.
Your liver grows
It used to
back,
be a lot
which is handy.
stronger, I thought, but like it's still Brit is still one of those characters that like brings
I'll
out
go
redemption
in
from our
once.
audience a little more than others, because people seem to want to protect her. There's a huge clan of our audience, a huge part of you that are like, we got to protect Brit, we got to save Brit. A lot of you are empathizing with her, which is actually, considering the storyline of Brit, is actually really lovely to see.
Right, I see Johnny Zombie Boy here is saying hashtag
Johnny Zombie Boy.
Her liver and her life are one and the same sometimes, you know. But and I see Zan.
Just like.
He says hashtag leave Brit alone. Leave her alone.
Yeah,
no, not living
we also
onions.
have people trying to start different calls. May the merge be with you.
No, not just living onions. Oh.
Yes,
Let's just get on with the mini games. They'll be here any second
we got
now.
a little something at the end, but like not too many spoilers. And people ranking characters as well. Love to see it. But that's the thing, right? There's like this long-term growth of our characters, and we are contextualizing them, right? We're letting you know what's probably going to happen. You just don't know when it happens, but we're letting you know that in the season that's going to happen. So what's going to happen is also our production team's going to put up on screen a character we haven't mentioned, which is Astrid, who's honestly been on the
putting stuff on screen.
Kind of since the start. That's on screen. Know if you can read through that, and then
Learning
we'll
all
dive
about
into Astrid, because that scene, you know, Astrid's wondering with Orson. There's a big decision going
that
on.
negative
as well.
negative hope.
Orson when Aurora visit that's ongoing. There's a lot with Astrid that's probably going to develop over the next couple of weeks.
Right. So
Check it out.
now the
Large
general
IP
sentiment
flash
is
sale.
strong redemption
Oh
and
my god.
hope. So Astrid
You
is
get
really
your
good.
get your own amazing.
They want her alive so far.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I didn't want to do that. Let's go back one.
Which was actually the
Go back one.
domination.
Oh no, this isn't what I wanted. Now it's descended into hell.
Yeah,
It's Silent Hill after all.
Times. So every time it was Astrid and Brit, you chose the option.
Right,
where
so
Astrid was
I'm gonna experiment with
sister,
having the
should be
live
dead.
show still going on whilst I do the mini games. Yeah. Let's go with that.
You talk about the other characters, but I know you're secretly like
Oh
also
no,
fans
not
of
this.
Astrid, which is cool.
Not with symbols.
The thing with
Everyone's
her
favourite symbols.
is,
Reminds
you
me
know,
of
she
the
has to
boss
deal with
fight
3
in Mario.
generations of, and pardon my French, so to speak, bullshit. She's got the parents, and Carl's the best one out of those. Both Carls, including the smiling Carl, which I still believe is better than Ingrid alive or dead.
She
then
can't even smile in the mirror. For honestly, she can't even have like a smiling doppelganger. This is
no. Then
Drop
she's got her
those.
own generation, including Eva, who did like a horrifying tragedy. Brit, who
Horrifying.
at least is trying to better herself. You know, no matter what, Brit is trying to get things done better. So at least that's a nice relationship that's developing with Astrid. And now her kid. She has to deal with her child going and coming out with the creepiest, wackiest stuff. And still trying to hug Orson. Still trying to figure out what to do with her kid.
She still loves her son. Gobble it up. What?
performance, the actor performance in the scene, it legit really creeps me out. Like it makes me afraid of the dark a little bit. You know what I mean? Like it's giving me a vibe for sure. Awesome performance.
I like to think that it's them that done the motion tracking
it's
suits
just like
when
reading
they
the stories, like
do these shows.
bubble it up, take your hate it.
Yeah, wonderful story. Bedtime, the classic, grand classic of literature. I'm glad we got to hear it. I'm sure we all remember that from our childhoods.
I remember actually.
I remember
my father
Gobbling Up My
reading
Hate, yeah.
such books. I don't know if y'all ever got introduced to some old German fairy tales. Do not
Funny enough,
recommend.
no.
It is very disheartening. They do not end well. There is no happily ever after. That came after you got here.
Well, actually, that was like
Well,
the
they sound
big
like
difference with
Hansel
the
and
Grimm
Gretel,
fairy tales. They
maybe.
were like specifically designed to terrify children with their morals. Like
Right.
whereas the fairy tales of before, like often there were morals, but they were a little bit more open, a little bit more. Here's what you could do positively. The Grimm fairy tales were very much about don't do this or you will die again and again and again. Although this one isn't, you know, the goat one.
I think the
isn't
threat
die,
of you
it's
will
just like,
dying
no,
is
whatever.
a
Hate,
heavy,
give the hate,
heady
take
threat.
it, more hate. It's all good.
It'll ensure
Now,
observance of the
we gotta,
rules.
You know,
Government
I could
should try
transition,
that more
but
often.
Honestly, it's going to Pennsylvania. There's a
Follow the
decision relevant
rules,
today.
or you will die.
This is involving a character that needs to get a little more fire in him. I think it's Eric. That's going to be on your screen. The decision opening.
Eric's
today.
lost his fire.
Present it to us.
Let's emulate our Eric here. Just kidding, not yet. I don't know if ever, but how will Eric handle Nora's demand
Oh, I hate this
to be
game.
set free?
Takes so long.
Sounds like a reasonable demand. She is brought back the child, you know. Well, he can trust Nora and let her out, which is the redemption option, or he can let her out and betray her. That would be the suffering option. Or he can tell her you can't tell. So he can tell her you can't help, which is the damnation option.
Yeah.
So by redemption, does that suggest that that's like the right thing to do, or what?
If Eric's motivation is faith, it makes sense to me to kind of try to at least get Nora out of there. By the way, I like to tell her you can't help. It's like very corporate-y. It's like, sorry, my manager can't let you out of here, so I can't do anything. Not my fault.
Yeah.
Somebody else's. But you know, like I think between
way
kind
above
of
his
that
pay
redemption
grade.
suffering option, both kind of make sense. Is like, does Eric trust Noah? Does Eric not trust Noah? But in both cases,
Nora,
right?
not Noah. Hey, he trusts me fully.
Oh well. Lord, what a mistake. Anyways, but here's the thing, right? He, like essentially, knowing what happened to Faith is kind of important, right? Rachel, as you said, Noah, was gung-ho about, like, I want to find out what happened. Eric has that opportunity, right? He's talking to the person who found it. Eric also asking about the lady.
He's gonna gung that hoe.
Asking about the lady of the woods. A little bit weird, given they're a little separated geographically about this one. I guess different ladies, different woods.
There are woods in both these places, and you know, I called it. I told you I have very good deduction skills.
The lady in the woods. It's all very the short messagey that kind of ties into the greater Silent Hill. Plus, it's the linking point on these plot points.
More connected than we thought. But then the question, right, for the audience is like, how do they see Eric doing this, right? I mean, I would see Eric as wanting to find out. Like right now, Donation's actually so you, the audience, are seeing something out of this that I'm not. Which I'd like you to tell me. Like, audience, what is it that like you believe like Eric just doesn't want to lock Nora up? What's up?
I feel like if I was Eric, and I don't know if maybe it's because Nora is how people call me an accident, but I would trust her and let her out. That's just my inclination. I'm kind of like pro Nora right now.
That's fair. I guess the idea, right, is like how much is Eric into the Foundation? If he's more culty, then yes, it makes sense to not let her out, right? Because locking people up is kind of a nice culty thing to do. You know, make sure they see your point of view. Or
make sure they see your point of view.
But we'll see that, right?
That's the most important thing in any cult, I think.
Actually nearing the end of our post show here. So let's recap all the shenanigans we had in our cold woods in both sides of the world.
Right.
I just want to
one
go
of the
back to
things
bed.
is the
Oh
Lady
my
in the
god.
Woods was mentioned both in Norway by Orson and in Pennsylvania by Faith. Eric asked Nora about it. Astrid talks to Leho about it. Nobody has a clue, except the children. Maybe you should ask the children, actually. They might know. But they may not be able to provide more info, right? One bites too hard. One wants to slice up their dolls too much. We got to see Smiling Brit. That was a treat.
It was a treat,
honestly,
wasn't it?
I think how Brit's storyline is developing is definitely something to watch for the audience, because we know, like, you know, with the kids, that things will happen, but I'm actually curious what happens to Brit as a result, right? She's kind of on her own path, trying to sort herself out, which makes sense, right? You know, before saving somebody who drowns, you have to learn how to swim yourself. So good on Brit for that stuff. That's great. Now, I did foreshadow something. Our next show, so we haven't had a guest in a while, so we'll have a guest on Friday. That's the
guest coming along on Friday.
So they said it couldn't be done, but we found the technology.
Spectacular.
So here's the thing, Nora, right? Toby's dead.
Toby is quite
Why'd you
quite
have to
dead.
remind me?
Well, I got good news. It won't be with you. It'll actually be with Layla. But he's coming back to life.
Whoa.
So
People in the chat will be
in
stunned.
our next show, that'll be Friday, 5:40 p.m. Pacific. There is a show, of course, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific. That's our normal show. But in our next pre-show, 5:40, you'll see myself and Layla. But in our post-show, we will have an interview with Michael Toby Urso,
Toby's voice actor.
Essentially
Incredible.
Toby's voice actor, but for all intents and purposes, Toby is coming back. Yes,
The chat will be thrilled.
The audience
You
is
thrilled that
loving it
chat?
right here.
Toby,
Everybody's
cool,
excited
dope.
to see Toby come back. So honestly, we had we obviously do some technical tests to make sure everything's fine. You're gonna have a delightful time, audience. You don't want to miss it. That'll be the Friday post show. You get to see Toby coming back to life.
These are the same.
Well, we hope you love that surprise. We hope you do look forward to it, as well as, of course, the storylines. So Noah, good news for you there. You'll get to watch though, but still enjoy.
Toby hates all the people because we ensured that he had no more work to do. Lesser than royalties.
Xavier. I mean, people starting to have theories about Xavier in the audience as well. I love them seeing, right? It's like we have all the other stuff going on, and it's like Xavier's kind of weird. I do agree. Xavier's weird.
Toby's voice actor is sad.
It's Toby. Who's ready? I'm so excited.
Low hope efforts.
To be honest.
Yeah, no, we'll
Less
dive a little bit more into obviously like the part of the process behind it. Maybe with some luck you'll get to see a little bit more of the Toby side as well. That'll be neat. But again, that's on Friday. So next things for you, the audience. We're gonna cut our show soon, but tomorrow 6 p.m. Pacific, you get to see more scenes as every weekday.
This is just.
5:40 p.m. on Friday.
I'm just so sad. This is just too much for my brain to comprehend.
Right after the shows, where we
this
next one on Friday does have that interview
upsets me.
With Toby's voice actor, who does other stuff. We'll break that down when we have our
Maybe
guests on,
I can't even begin to comprehend which one is the other side of that
thank
house.
you so much, audience, for being with us tonight. We hope you had a delightful time in the company of Noah, myself, Smiling
there's
Brit,
the house.
Nora, all the all the characters within our show. Now that said, wherever you are around the world, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, or night, we hope you had a great time, and we'll see you next time.
Lordy Lord. Goodbye, fellers. And with the end of that pre-show, I guess I'll just switch it over to the greatest thing of Silent Hill, the amazing music. Oh, this is gonna take me some thinking. So, Eric's low polygon count helping hands jacket was the real highlight of the endurance scene. Oh, I can't endure against this. No, that's not that one. Maybe that one. Oh, that one goes there. No. Good God, man. So this one goes all the way up top. It's trauma.
Brace yourself, mini games are coming. Every day these things for my numbing.
I've done it! I've done it! I've reached the end! 1 star! Oh, enough of this noise. You know what I'm gonna do? Oh, claim reward. I'm gonna do a runner. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll participate in a rally. Sedate him. Yeah, alright. Do the sedation. Apply the sedation. Yep, I'm gonna do a runner. See you all guys next time on Silent Hill Ascension.
Ascension.